not skip this audio because if you think you have seen every side of Bimbo Ademoye, what I'm breaking down for you today will completely blow your mind. No phone signals, a blinding rainstorm, zero backup, and a room full of people who will stop at nothing to make sure she never walked out alive. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are breaking down a story so high stake, so relentless, and so intensely paced that your heart will hammering the entire time. We are diving headfirst into the nearly escape of Bimbo Ademoye. Now, we all love Bimbo for her legendary comedy role, right? Her hilarious timing and her unmatched energy on screen. But take all that fire, strip away the jokes, and drop her into a gritty survival thriller where every single second is a matter of life and pie. Why does she handle it? Stick around to the end of this breakdown because the split-second decision she makes in art challenges the entire outcome of this story. Let's jump straight into it. Let's trace the step back to where this nightmare begins. Picture an exclusive invitation-only gala on the outskirts of town. High society, expensive champagne, fervent robes, and the city's most powerful figures all in one room. Bimbo plays a sharp, observant protagonist who happens to be in the wrong place at the absolute wrong time. She steps away from the crowd into a quiet back hallway, looking for a private office, but instead she overhears a door left ajar. Behind it, high-level corruption, illegal payouts, and names that could tear down corporate empires if revealed. She wasn't supposed to hear those names. Just as she tries to back away quietly, her phone buzzes on the marble floor. One vibration, that's all it takes. The heavy doors swing open, eyes lock, and in a single heartbeat, the atmosphere flips from luxury to absolute terror. She runs. She dashes through dark corridors, dodging security while her heels slamp against the floorboard. She manages to slip out into the pouring rain and lock herself inside a SUV parked in the driveway. But here's the twist. She didn't escape into safety. She drove straight into a prearranged trap. Now we hit the midpoint, and this is where the story ends every letter of the word. Bye. She's speeding down an unlit coastal highway. Rain is slapping against the windshield like bullets. In her rear view mirror, two blacked-out SUVs riding her tail, headlights cutting through the fog like predator eyes. What makes Bimbo's performance in a scenario like this so captivating is the raw, authentic emotion. She isn't playing a superhuman who feels no pain. You feel her panic, the quick, shallow breath, trembling hands on the steering wheel, the desperate glance at a phone screen that reads "no service." Suddenly, bam! One of the pursuers rammed her rear bumper. Her car spins out, tires shrink against wet asphalt, crashing through the guardrail and rolling violently deep a step. Mudding embankment into the wood below. Silence drops for a long 3 seconds. The SUV is upside down. Smoke is rising from the hood. Footsteps start descending down the muddy slope. Heavy, slow, and armed. The pursuer thinks it's over, but stay right here because what Bimbo does next is pure genius. Inside that wrecked car, covered in dust and glass, Bimbo doesn't freeze. Instinct takes over. She kicks out the cracked side window, crawling out into the freezing mud just seconds before the armed men reach the vehicle. When they shine their flashlight inside, the seats are empty. This flipped the entire dynamic from a highway chase into a pie game of survival in the dark wood. Using the terrain to her advantage, Bimbo moves like a shadow. She uses clever distraction, snapping branches in one direction to draw their flashlights away, using fallen logs for cover, and turning the dark environment into her weapon. One by one, as her pursuers spread out to hunt her down, she outsmarts them. Not with weapon, but with sheer brain power, quick thinking, and unyielded grit. She isn't just trying to survive the night, she's holding onto the one pieces of evidence that will bring them all down. By the time the first ray of dawn cuts through the mystery trees, the forest goes completely quiet. Bimbo stepped out onto the main highway, exhausted battered but standing tall on her own 2 feet. On her hand, she holds the flash drive containing the truth. As an oncoming truck pulls over to help her, she steps into the light as the ultimate survivor. What makes the pie escape of Bimbo Ademoye such a brilliant story concept is how it shows her versatility as an actor, proving she can command an intense survival thriller just as effortlessly as any other genre. Now, I want to hear from you down in the comments. What was your absolute favorite moment from this breakdown? Would you have survived that forest chase? Drop your thought below right now. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next story breakdown. Catch you all guys in my next video. Bye bye.